Good evening. Issues, Coach Ish, whatever you want to call me. Evening, morning, or afternoon, whenever you are tuning into this broadcast. Um, let's talk some hip hop. I want to talk about battle rap. Battle rap has become trash. There are a lot of talented battle rappers. There are a lot of talented battle rappers. Shout out to Goods, shout out to Cassidy, shout out to Murder Moon, shout out to Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talented battle rappers out there. Because in order to battle rap at its highest level, you still need a high level of talent, right? But it's degraded so far that anyone can get an entry into this thing, okay? Um, the same way I shouted out, those brothers who are really nice at battle rapping. Uh, you got dudes like Crip Mac. You know what I'm saying? Crip Mac. I just watched a video of Crip Mac. And I watched a couple battle raps of Crip Mac, and he's trash. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Everybody shouldn't try everything. He's terrible. And okay, this new era of battle rap. This is where we at. This is the new era of battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Post 8 Mile battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Uh, there's a whole lot. It's all about the show. You know what I'm saying? It's more about the show than it is about the craftsmanship. You know what I'm saying? So part of the show is the responses from the audience members. Okay? That's part of the show. So the way battle rap is set up now, it actually gives, the audience members a little bit of shine. Especially the dudes who standing around the rappers who, yeah, talk to them, yeah, right? The hype men. You know what I'm saying? It gives the hype men some shine. So the hype men have to be in on the show. So it seems like every once in a while, it doesn't matter what the bar is, as long as they say it a certain way. It don't have to really make a lot of sense. It don't have to be witty or creative, you know what I mean, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It just have to hit a certain way. And they be like, ugh, making faces, bars, right? The last actual battle that I've ever done, I did in the A. And it was kind of a similar situation. I came to Atlanta from Athens. You know what I mean? I brought one person with me. You know what I'm saying? And, the person I was battling was from Atlanta and was part of the whole, battle culture in Atlanta. And everybody that was there to support not just the people that they were supporting individually, but the whole entire movement as a whole. So by the time we got to the finals, me and him, only people that's left is people that are either supporting him personally or the whole movement that he's a part of. So everything that he said, whether it was dope or hard, and shout out to, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying, he was shooting some bars, but it was just pre-programmed, you know what I'm saying? And for me, a lot of the things that I'm saying, people are forced to react to, but sometimes it seems like people force themselves not to give a reaction. You know what I'm saying? And I see that a lot in the battles, like even that Crip Mac battle, he's spitting. I mean, the bars are terrible, and people are, yeah, man. So people like him, you know what I'm saying? You got people like him, OG Percy and you know what I mean? Like I seen Queen's Flip and doing his, running up on battle rappers, hey yo, and he spit some bars that he wrote or whatever. But at the end of the day, like that's what it is. You know what I mean? I came up in the era of battle rap where you had to go off the top of the head. It's before, but pre 8 Mile, right? I started my career as a battle rapper pre 8 Mile. You know what I mean? Where first it was, you know, when I was in Jersey, when I was back in Jersey and New York, like you see somebody, if they even look like they rhyme, if they just had a certain vibe where they look like they rhyme, they had earphones on and they nod in a certain way, if you look like you rhyme, yo, you rhyme? Yeah, let's battle. Just like that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in restaurants, and you know what I mean, at bus stops, wherever, parties, be at a party. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody, you know, this is lit mid to late 90s. Mid to late 90s. You at a party, you see somebody, he might be working on his right. You might see him, oh, where, you rhyme? Yeah, all right, let's battle. Okay. Pull out his sword, you pull out your sword, and y'all duel it out. Now, in those type of situations, you know what I'm saying, just on the street, meet somebody, whatever, wherever you at, you know what I mean, you go to a studio, there's other MCs there. You know what I'm saying? You at the radio station, other MCs there. You know what I mean? You know, you bring out your sharpest verses, your sharpest writtens, and y'all go at it. Not a written you wrote for him, just your sharpest written, whatever it is, whatever vibe it was on, whether it was on something aggressive or whether it was on something, you know what I mean, political, or whether it was on something conscious. Your sharpest written. After, you know, people would show up and, you know what I mean, and the crowd reaction, genuine reaction, you know, from a whole bunch of unbiased people that showed up, because now y'all ciphering and y'all battling, whatever it is, gonna show who got the sharpest sword. You know what I mean? In the MC world, that's the pen or the mind. You know what I mean? But battling, like when we go to battles, certain battles, like shout out to Mike Club, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Break Lana, you know what I mean? Shout out to what was the other joint at the Sama Reptile? Oh man, what was it called? Lyrical Warfare was in Athens. King of the Ring was in Athens. That was called something, I can't remember. It was a bunch of battle federations, right? You had to freestyle. You had to battle off the top of the head. You don't know who you battling. I've gone to battles and battle all day long. Battle MCs all day long. Don't know who I'm battling. Don't know what they coming with. And have to literally make it all up on the fly. Go off the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? Now, back in those days of battling, everybody could not step into that realm. Everybody could not put a camera on them and battle. Everybody couldn't do it. That was only for the elite of the craft. You know what I'm saying? That being at that level showed a certain level of mastery of the craft. You don't have to have that mastery of the craft now to be in the battle, to be in the battle world, to be battling, to be on stage battling. Like, you couldn't be whack and get on stage with a whole bunch of people and battle. You couldn't do it. And, you know, you had to be top tier. You know what I'm saying? You had to be top tier. And this is right after the 8 Mile movie or whatever the case may be. Since then, after that, they kind of taken battle. And I get it from a business model. You know what I'm saying? You took the same concept, but you made it easier for, you know, layman people to relate to and also to participate in. You know what I mean? Like I said, there's some very talented battlers, you know what I'm saying? Battlers, battle MCs out there. But for real, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the battle MCs or dudes that's battling right now, they couldn't have battled in my era. They couldn't have battled in my era. This is, like I said, right around the 8 Mile, right a couple years after the 8 Mile, when that whole battling, freestyle battling kind of became mainstream and everybody was doing battles across the countries and battle, you know, different battle federations or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So, but in doing it like that, there's a lot more room for error. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more room for error that, depending on who's in the battle, can make for a bad show. You know what I'm saying? You get in there, you start freestyling, you don't know where you're going, you messing up on your words, you whatever something you got going on that day kind of fried your brain a little bit, or you thinking about too many things, or you overthinking what you're doing and you messing up, and you know what I'm saying? It made for a bad show. Now, if you get to write and rehearse and practice, or have other, battle MCs, you know what I mean, write for you or help you write, and doing research and coming up with this and that, or, you know what I'm saying? And just rehearse, it makes for a better show. There's less room for error. You know what I'm saying? But, when there's less room for error, when there's more room for error, the ones that rise to the top are the ones who are really, really good at it. You know what I mean? So it used to show the people who had any sort of attention from battling, any sort of mainstream attention from being able to battle, they were really, really good. There was no novelty, there was no gimmick. They were just really, really good at that craft of MCing. You know what I'm saying? Where they could make up bars on the spot that are relevant to you directly. That's why everybody, when you freestyle battle, you always want to reply. You always want them to go first. You know what I'm saying? Mike Club used to do the joint where he go first to touch. Dre's a beat nigga hold the mic, and he'll hold the mic in between the two MCs and be like, first to touch, first to clutch. You know what I'm saying? And you sit there and that's a whole strategy by itself. You know what I mean? Trying to get them to go first so you can respond to everything they said. You know what I mean? You can't listen to what they said and then write something and then respond. You gotta respond right there on the spot to everything they said. So it's always good if you dope to be in the counter-punching position. You know what I mean? Or certain battles, they flip the coin and, whoever win the toss, you choose to go first. Or if you really confident about what you're doing, you'll step out there and go first and just set it off. You know what I'm saying? But really, you want to wait to see what they got and then rebuttal everything that they singing right there live on the spot. You know what I mean? So, or everything that they doing, or if they slip or whatever, you know what I mean? You want to be there to capitalize on it, right? And the ones who do that at a high level were the ones who are really, really good at the craft of MCing. But now with battling, it don't matter. You could just say some whatever, some goofy shit in the same way that, there's a sort of popular, my man, kind of likened it to slam poetry. You know what I'm saying? There's like a sort of rhythm, a sort of cadence that most of them go off of, and then you can mimic that and say some fly shit, or say some other shit, or say some dumb shit, or just be a gimmick like Crip Mac, or OG Percy, or you know what I'm saying, Queens Flip, or whoever. You know what I mean? You could participate in this thing called battling, but really, that's what makes it trash, because that didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, before 8 Mile was a movie about a culture that existed long before 8 Mile. You know what I mean? But, the same way that Top Gun popularized jet pilots and Rocky popularized boxing, 8 Mile popularized battle. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, had their little battle joint, freestyle battle federations and battle champions and freestyle Fridays and, you know what I'm saying, all of that. You know what I mean? But the ones who participated in those to the level that they got any sort of attention, whether they was filmed or whether they was on the stage, at a battle competition, like in Atlanta, they had the big one called Breaklanta. You couldn't get on Breaklanta stage and be whack. You couldn't do it. You could not do it. Now, you could be whack as hell and have an actual battle career. So, what it'll take to fix it, I don't know. Maybe it just is what it is, and as it goes, that's how it goes. But yeah, man. I was just inspired to make this video off of that.